Yeah, so dedicated to Excel at Ardebili, I would say is just taking the initiative to really go beyond what is expected, not only of ourselves, but also our client and any vendors that we typically deal with. So as a project manager, typically day-to-day experiences is usually client experience and selling not only ourselves, but also our drawing and our services. Typically with our clients, we try to make any sort of drawing adjustments or anything being shared with them easy to understand and easy to relay to their clients as well. We really try to take out those tedious processes that they may experience with other firms or other disciplines. We try to just make it as smooth sailing as possible. That way there's no backlash or any sort of tediousness to the drawings. So typically day-to-day challenges can be either kind of mishaps in drawings or any complex situations. We actually had one this week where we had a oversized transformer that we had to find space for in a utility room that we didn't have as much space as we probably would have wanted to. And we came up with a good solution to kind of get it out of sight to really look appeasing still, while also maintaining that constructability and making it feasible to install. Yeah, so another thing within team kind of personnel, we really try to have everyone strive to kind of go beyond or seek opportunities to better themselves. I know a big thing at Ardebili Engineering that we really push to all employees is kind of seeking the next level in technical experience, or if it's management as well. So personally speaking, myself as a project manager here, so I've been a project manager for about a year and a half, coming up on 2 years. But one thing I took personally to kind of really excel within myself was taking the FE exam. And for those that do not know, the FE exam stands for the Fundamentals of Engineering. It's typically how you become an EIT. So I really wanted to just take that next level to hopefully become a PE to help not only within our firm, but help our clients not have any hassles when it comes to maybe those out-of-state requirements that aren't so common compared to other states. Yeah, so every day as a project manager, every day is different. We have different client experiences, different projects. It's never really the same type of experience, no matter what you're dealing with. Me personally, I always try to kind of see patterns or anything that I could improve within our internal systems or my client communication to not only help us increase our efficiency, but also help our clients. I know a big thing is running into delays with disciplines, maybe not getting the type of product and at the time that you need it. So I try to recognize those patterns, really try to see those trends and improve it, not only for us, but within Ardebili. So here at Ardebili, we really try to not only show dedicated to Excel internally, but also to our clients. With many drawings that we output, we really try to take constructive feedback or any issues that we ran into with project construction, and we try to implement it in future drawings to really make sure that we're dedicated to Excel, we're really improving on our drawings, and not only do we see that internally, but our clients see that as well. Yeah, so I am a 23-year-old guy that graduated from ASU. My major is actually in mechanical engineering. I started here at Ardebili as an electrical designer. I'm currently a project manager. Kind of regarding my background, in school, I really wasn't too certain what I wanted to do. I was kind of exploring options here and there, but I really got interested. One of my family friends, his name was Jesse Evans, he kind of expressed what he was currently doing and what type of field and industry he was in. And it was really interesting, kind of hearing the kind of complex problems they were running into. And these are real problems that you actually see, right? You go to the store, you see a grocery store, and you never really take a second to kind of look around and look at the lighting system, look at the layout. And it kind of intrigued me, right? Those are just things that you typically don't see day to day. And once I kind of got into this industry, I really started to point out and see different type of things that I would have never seen before. So outside of work, I typically play a lot of games, mainstream games to small indie games. I typically play soccer here and there. Recently, I started coaching a little leagues team for my nephew. And I would say that's probably the biggest thing that ties into work as a project manager, kind of seeing everyone's personalities and where they really strive and trying to put them in the correct seat so they are the most efficient and most of all, they're happy. Something as small as like Little League, it's kind of seeing little kids' personalities. You have the wild ones, you have the ones that are a little bit more shy, and kind of putting them where they shine, not only for themselves, but also for their parents to make everyone happy. Yeah, so in regards to work-life balance, it can typically be challenging depending on the month. Some months are more busy than others. I know when I first started here, I was a young kid straight out of college, so that was a really big change in my life. But I did learn some tips and tricks here and there, things that I could do to lighten my workload the next day, or if I knew it was coming onto a Friday, to kind of lighten my workload so I wasn't as busy as I typically would be. Some tricks that I implemented personally was just kind of taking those extra 30 minutes to stay late and really wrap everything up. That way I'm not coming into the next morning or telling myself, hey, I'm gonna wake up at 6, get gas. I'm pretty sure we all fall victim to that. But really just taking those 30 minutes to make sure that the next day I was coming in strong. I knew where I was at. I had everything tied up and ready to go. So most influential people, aside from my parents kind of bringing it back to the company, I would say Omid and Patrick are really big role models that I have. Seeing Omid really build something and have his dream and really bring it to reality is really inspiring, and I really do look up to him. Patrick is just probably one of the most passionate people I've ever met. He believes in everyone, and he will make you believe in yourself as well. He will really push you to be the best version of yourself. So I would say Omid and Patrick are definitely two of the people I look up to. So when it comes to personal philosophies that I bring to work, I have two of them. First one is an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. I know we've all heard an eye for an eye, but personally, when I come to client interactions, or when it comes to client interactions, I understand everyone has bad days. Everyone is stressed. No one is perfect. I definitely have bad days where I've written emails to clients and I'm like, I should have definitely sat on that one, or just kind of controlled my emotions a little bit more. So I always operate, if I get an email that is a little bit difficult to address, or I can clearly tell someone's not having the best day, I always take a second to think, hey, let me put myself in their shoes and see how they may be feeling. What's the circumstance? What's the situation? What's going on? And how can I help them? The second one is the golden rule, and it kind of ties into the first one, which is just treat others how you would want to be treated. If someone's having a bad day, I don't need to fuel that and help them have an even worse day. I can just take it on the shoulder and kind of reevaluate and be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Let's come to a solution. Let's work it out. So typically when we come either to a complex design or just something that's not really favorable, typically we'll go back to the drawing board, get every party that's involved. If we really need to get the electrical project engineer, we'll get them involved, kind of see what our options are, come up with at least 3 options. And out of those 3 options, we will always try to see, okay, what is most feasible when it comes to constructability, and what is the best approach when it comes to being cost effective. And we'll always kind of dig deeper into those solutions, share with the client if we can. If it's a quick timeline, implement it, and then let the client, hey, no, this is what we decided to go with, this is why, and these are the impacts of this decision. So when it comes to effective communication with clients, I typically try to see, okay, what is the situation, what's going on, what's the history, to make sure that I'm going into it well prepared, and kind of seeing, okay, how do they feel about this type of situation? What's going on their end? How involved are they? And what is their position in the circumstance of whatever's going on? If I know they're in a very difficult position and this is a really urgent item, I typically try to be a little bit more caring towards that and letting them know, hey, I got your back, we're working on it, and we'll get it back to you as soon as we can, and we're doing everything that we can. And one of the biggest things I would say with effective client communication that we really cherish here at Ardebili Engineering is responding within 24 hours. Even if we don't have the immediate answer, letting the client know that we have them, that we're looking at it, and we're looking into possible solutions, and that they shouldn't worry. So one of my biggest long-term career goals here at Ardebili is eventually becoming a project engineer. I really do like the technical aspect and really solving complex problems. I recently just got my EIT, so hopefully within the next year, 2 years, I can get my PE here and then start implementing and sealing drawings. So being a project manager at my age, one of the biggest things I would offer someone, or even myself if I was to do it all over again, is really cherishing that client communication and really thinking about how you make people feel. People don't remember what you did, they remember how you made them feel. So that's one of the biggest things. The other thing is just really making sure that you're following up on things that you say you're going to do. I know I was a big victim in college of saying, I'll do this at this time. And then that time would come and I would be like, I'm not really ready to do it. I'll do it at this time. So one of the biggest things I would say is actually doing it. There is no right time to ever make a commitment or make a decision. Now is the time.